That intro music makes me want to smoke, dude. It's just a vibe in here, man.
Well, I'm not smoking. It's just it's a prop. But how
Right.
you doing?
I'm doing great, Gamble Guy. Welcome to NATR Kickoff. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, as you can see behind me out the window, it's typical Northeast Ohio weather for the first time this year because we've been having 70 degrees on fall days, but it feels like football today in Ohio. I love it.
I love it too. This show is presented by mybookie.ag. Be sure to use the promo code 12OZ Sports. That sounds familiar. All caps, no spaces. For a huge first deposit bonus. The odds on today's show and the banners will be according to MyBookie. Stay tuned for our best bets in about 16 minutes or so. He is Gamble Guy. I am Michael Karvelis. 3 college games, 1 NFL game today. All times are Eastern. All righty. Let's do this one first. It's the BYU Mormon Cougars taking on the Red Raiders in something known as Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, I don't know. It's the first Big 12 matchup between top 10 teams since 2021. And BYU is 8-0. Texas Tech is 8-1. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, but I got beef with you right off the bat. Okay. So when you lambast me publicly about my record, you're not using these games as part of my record. The only part of my record is our best bets.
Yeah, but you've been crushing these.
I know. That's what I'm like, okay, they see my record, but I mean, I'm not completely clueless. Sometimes I take some chances on my best bets. You want the big payout. I'm very intrigued by this game. BYU just continues to, you think they're dead in the water. Iowa State had them dead in the water. Yep. I was shocked that they beat Utah. That's a rivalry game. We don't have a lot of commonality between these two opponents. I'm an eye test guy sometimes. I know BYU barely beat Colorado, which is concerning. I just like Texas Tech in this spot at home. If you're going to look at the tail of the tape a little bit, it looks pretty even. Passing yards, I think BYU's maybe a little better running the ball. I actually kind of want to break that down, but this is going to be, I think this is a bold statement. This might be the game of the day because I saw a morning headline. They were a little discussion about, the path in which both these teams would have a shot at the playoff. And I think it involved Texas Tech losing today. Then they re-meet in the conference championship, and then Texas Tech wins that. Possibly you see 2 Big 12 teams in the playoff, which just a short year or two ago was preposterous. I think, and I'm basing this on arbitrary things. I think the home field advantage in a pick'em game is worth a field goal. I like Texas Tech in this spot. I think this is
12.
I think this is going to be a shootout. So when you're looking at the line, right? Yeah. And I'm on my bookie.
12 and 15.5. I got it 5 minutes before the show.
Okay, yeah. So BYU's getting 12.
It's a lot.
Oh, you do have it on the screen. That would help. Man, I like taking the points. Now, if I'm going straight up, I'd take Texas Tech. I'd take the over. But if I'm looking to, maximize my bet, I like BYU getting the points. I mean, the over is perplexing because both teams last game absolutely crushed the over. And BYU played Iowa State, who's usually pretty good at defense, right? Their combined score was 68 against Iowa State. Texas Tech's combined with Kansas State was 73. So I don't know where this over-under came from. Yeah, I would take the over, if anything, here.
I don't mind that. This game's in my best bets, actually. Let's just say I watched BYU for the first time last week, and I know I texted you. This Bear Bachmeier freshman guy, because remember BYU was supposed to have a different quarterback. I don't know who the Bear Bachmeier guy is, but I like him. He's a gamer. He's also very talented. I'll leave it at that. They have a chance to win. I will not say what my best bet is, though. I'll just say that.
Well, I would say the public money seems to like Texas Tech. The computers like Texas Tech. I think that's a dangerous line. So I would either take the points with BYU or I really like the over here.
Because I guess once I watched BYU's offense, I was like, that's why they keep on kicking me in the stomach. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, that over, it feels like it's going to be easy for them to eclipse.
Yes. Now let's get into this. Breaking news, another big SEC game we have to discuss. The Texas A&M Aggies travel to take on the Tigers in Missouri. Number 3 A&M has an 8-0 record, while number 22 Mizzou has fallen to 6-2 despite 2 quality losses, should I say. For the record, I looked this up. A&M stands for Texas Agriculture and Mechanical, which makes it even more shocking that nerds are undefeated.
Well, I don't think the football players are.
No, maybe. Do you want me to go first here with this game?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, here's the thing. By the way, A&M is favored by 7, even 7. The total's at 48.5. Missouri lost 17-10 at Vandy. They also lost 27-24 versus Bama. I think those are 2 very good losses if there is such a thing. I know in college football there is. A&M was in a shootout with Arkansas, 45-42, and they do have a recent common opponent. Both teams struggled with Auburn. A&M only won 16-10, and Mizzou had to win in double overtime. That's a lot. I think this game did not make my best bets. I will just say my play is I don't like 7. I'm going to Missouri plus 218 on the money line. I'm not going to pull the trigger with BYU, but I think Mizzou could win this game at home.
They could, and again, you know me well enough to know now that I place a little bit of a premium, so anywhere between 3 and 6 points on the home team. So if I think the away team's going to win by 14, I like the line at 8. I mean, on paper, you would think Texas A&M is the better team. They got a bigger win.
Yes.
Notre Dame. Missouri's been showing some weakness lately, being 1-2 in their last 3, and the one is an overtime win against Auburn, who I think just got rid of their coach. So, but
finally,
if you look through the fine line of the Missouri record, right, they lost by 3 to a red-hot Alabama, and they lost by 7 at Vanderbilt. The true brainiac.
Scoring 10 is scaring me, man.
Scoring 10 is scary. Vanderbilt laid well, I would say Auburn probably laid the blueprint on how to shut Missouri's offense down, and then Vanderbilt perfected it. The thing is Texas A&M's not going to play that kind of defense, and I think some of the points Texas A&M has given up in recent games is more because they relaxed.
Yes,
winning a lot. I think this is probably going to be a grinded out a little bit lower scoring than what people are hoping. I think the pass offenses are pretty comparable. I hate this game because it's such a tough one to pick. I do like Missouri getting the points though because they're at home. If Texas Tech wins, I can't wrap my head around a scenario where Texas Tech's going to win by more than a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Texas A&M. So I would love to pick up Missouri and the points. And are they getting a full 7 on my bookie?
Yes. I would just push that to 7.5. Like if you like it, then I just take them.
Yeah, by the half point.
Yeah, it's not going to kill you.
Right. So yeah, I would. This is a first actually on this show. I'm taking the points in the underdog. So I would gladly take the points there.
Love it. That one's at 3:30. Our next one's also at 3:30. We're going to do Oregon against Iowa. So just for a little storyline I wrote down here, the number 9 Ducks head to Iowa City to battle the number 20 Hawk Tuas. Oregon is 7-1. Iowa 6-2. I'm an Oregon guy. I like the coach. Was it Dan Lanning is his name? The guy from Georgia. He's been there a few years now. I think their quarterback's playing well. I think Oregon's got good enough defense that I think they can win. They can cover 6, which is why this line, I hate it. Because I'm like, of course Oregon, if they're the better team, can win by a touchdown. That's why it's fishy to me.
It's not fishy to me because you may not know in SEC country. I'm in Big Ten country. Iowa is well known as the November Killers. They knocked off, I think, a number 1 ranked Ohio State within the last 10 years at Iowa. They kill people in November at home. And I did happen to hear Herb Street on another network talking about this is his sleeper pick on Iowa. Iowa is a team that's going to sneak up on you. They're going to drag you down into the mud the way they play. They're not going to play a track meet with Oregon. They're going to pound the football. They run the ball way better than Oregon. They defend the run way better than Oregon.
Wow.
This is going to turn into a mutter. And it's going to just depend, can Oregon break off some big plays? I mean, Oregon only beat Wisconsin 21-7 last week. Iowa just beat them 37-0 recently.
Woo!
I absolutely love Iowa here. If anything, maybe take the under if you're scared of picking a team or taking points or giving points. But I would, in full confidence, take Iowa. And if you want to be safe, take the points. I would take them straight up. But I do like the under in this as well.
By the way, both teams won a battle versus Penn State. I know, obviously, was that the last game, James Franklin game, or was that like the game after? I forgot. For Oregon.
The first James Franklin game he was out, I believe, was
because Oregon.
Ohio. No, it wasn't against Ohio State. It might have been.
Oregon beat them. I forgot which game that was for if he was out at that point.
Franklin was still there.
Okay. Yeah. And then both teams did lose to Indiana, but also in a close 30-20 for Oregon. And I think it was closer for Iowa, but the similar opponents being similar scores. And like you said, and then you add in the other one you said earlier, it feels like Iowa might be neck and neck with these guys. So you convinced me.
Yeah. And a thing to consider is, both teams played Indiana at their home field, and Iowa and Indiana were tied 10-all going into the fourth quarter. It felt like a much closer game. They played Indiana tougher than Oregon did, whereas Oregon never felt like it was close, but they never felt like they were in control of anything in that game.
Arm's length, but that's it. Yeah.
And again, I think Iowa's going to do to Oregon what Indiana did is slow them down, keep them from getting the big play, make them put 10, 12, 14 play drives together. And some of those West Coast teams just aren't built like that. They lose patience. So look for a lot of mistakes on Oregon. Iowa, they're called the Hawkeyes, which is fitting because their defense is a bunch of Hawks. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a slow-paced, old school Big Ten game.
I like that. Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon, officially.
Yeah.
It's a favorite here. Sunday Night Football on NBC. I'm going to keep doing that until they change that damn song. Listen, Aaron Rodgers brings the Steelers, fresh off of winning against my Colts, to Hollywood to play the Chargers. I'll just go first here because I know you love the NFL. I'm going to let you thunderous get out here with the climax. Yeah. Colts moved the ball well against the Steelers, but the Chargers' offensive line is in shambles. Herbert was sacked 6 times last week. I don't know if you saw how the Colts drives ended last week. The offensive line got pushed around in the. Okay, so that if we're doing that, this game almost made my list. It ultimately did not. I like Steelers money line. They're only Chargers are favored by 3. The total's at 45. I like under 45, but if you don't like that, I like Steelers to win a close game.
I like to play a little more safe. If you can get the points, take them. I know the money line's a bigger payout, but if you're going to roll this into a parlay, then it doesn't hurt you that bad. But
there you go.
Yeah, the Steelers have, you can argue, maybe the best defensive lineman in the league. I don't know what this means, but the public is overwhelmingly betting on the Steelers because the Chargers are favored here. And I think maybe the gambling public recognizes that the Chargers may have a weakness in the line, and that's what sunk the Colts ship last week.
Yeah.
The question's going to be, because I feel like the Chargers are pretty damn good on defense themselves. Can they get to the old man? Because, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not very mobile. So,
not anymore.
No. So, but then again, the Chargers have another issue. Can they guard the new Megatron, as I call him?
DK Metcalf. He's got the physical tools for sure. I like that.
Yeah. But, the Steelers bounced back after a 2-game losing streak and beat the Colts. So that kind of opened some eyes. I think if they lost to the Colts and they were on a 3-game losing streak, all the money would be going to the Chargers. That's the difficulty of the NFL. It could go either way. I just think if you're going to, and again, the Chargers are at home, does that mean anything? Aaron Rodgers does like
No,
the spotlight.
not for the Chargers.
I think if you're thinking Steelers here, take that 3. Just play it safe. I would take the 3.
Love it. And again, like I said last week to my buddy, I was like, the way Steelers win against the Colts is their defense finally steps up, that high-paying defense, and look at behold what happened.
Yep.
Like and that's what they have to do in this game to be fair. So if you think that happens twice in a row, great. Tomlin finds a way. If not, like you said, Steelers running the ball could be a thing here too, because can Jalen Warren? They've been doing better with that, but their run game has to work in this one as well, in my opinion.
Well, the last time either one of these teams had a game that was under 45 was October 12th for the Steelers against the Browns, who have no offense.
That was wild.
And October 5th for the Chargers against the Commanders. So if you want a little different take on this, maybe consider the over.
I like that game-winning field goal. All right, folks, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Our best bets are coming up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
I feel like we should be in a movie, like a high car chase movie. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. NATR Kickoff is airing live on North American Talk Radio via YouTube. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, side effects may include an increased heart rate. You may also experience allergic reactions to watching ESPN, which has been known to cause diarrhea.
In the shakes.
That's from the shakes. Oh, full transparency was promised by us. We suck. Welcome back. He's 1-5. I'm 5-5. The show total 6-10. Not good enough, but fellow of Gambo.
Listen, as a fan of health and wellness and positivity, we don't suck. Yeah. We've had missed opportunities.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So I'm going to SEC land, Georgia and Mississippi State. Georgia's had a little bit.
Give me the Bulldogs. I'm kidding.
They've had a little bit of a comeuppance lately. I think it's woke them up, honestly. I think you can't change a Leopard's spots. This team's good, whether they've had some close calls or not. I know they only beat Florida by 4. I think Kirby woke them up, probably lit them up this week. 9.5 over Mississippi State, I don't think is unreasonable because I can see them winning this 35-24, 35-21. I just think they're far better at defense than Mississippi State.
Correct.
And I think Gunner is going to gun. I like Georgia dropping the 9.5 because I think they're going to win by at least 17. I know that's adventurous. So I took that one. Auburn is in shambles. Coach is gone. Hugh got froze out. They're just not a team that can put up points. And I think Vanderbilt, last week, I'm rooting for them. I root for the Brainiacs. I mean, I'm a Purdue grad. We suck at football. But I pull for them. They're going to lose by 50 today, though. But I I just like when smart teams like Northwestern are good, and Vanderbilt came so close to an epic comeback last week. I think that's going to catapult them to some inspiration today, whereas Auburn scored a whopping 3 points against Kentucky last week at home, by the way. So Vanderbilt dropping 6 is nothing. I mean, they beat Missouri by 7, who's far better than Auburn.
Yes.
So, forget the LSU and Auburn kind of remind me of each other, even though LSU has a better record, and Vanderbilt beat them by 7. So the 6 seems big, but I don't think it is big. Auburn's reeling, just got rid of their coach. They're terrible. They're 4-5, but they've lost 4 of their last 5. Taking Vanderbilt -6.
You said 6 seems big. That's what she says. I'm just
it's
so stupid.
It's only average, or no, it's a slightly above average. This is the one that's probably going to shock people, but I don't like the line. Navy and Notre Dame, one of the rivalries that we talk about every year. Sometimes Navy comes out of the woodwork and beats them. Navy's 7-1. Now I know the caliber of competition is laughable compared to Notre Dame's, but when you look at Notre Dame, they had a little bit of a hiccup last week. They were only beating Boston College, who's not very good, 18-10 until they reeled off that 90-some yard touchdown run in the third quarter and then didn't score in the fourth. So what's Boston College do? They run it mainly. What's Navy do? They run it mainly. So Navy's better than Boston College. I know the whole comparison. These 28 point Navy's getting 4 touchdowns. I know they can throw the ball, but they also run the triple option better than anybody. They're going to chew large chunks of clock. I just don't see how Notre Dame's going to win this 35-0.
There's no way. I agree with that. I like that.
28 points they're getting. All they have to do is lose 37-10. We cash that. So
I love that.
I'm taking it. So I got Georgia -9.5, Vanderbilt -6, and a Navy +28. My bookie, they gave me a little 2% boost. I got +612. So to put that in perspective, if I bet 10, I will win. Why doesn't it show me? Probably because I don't have 10. Dang it. I mean, anyway, we could do the math ourselves. 600 to win 100 to win 600. So 10 will win, like $61.20 or something like that, I believe. So it's a good payout. That's my picks right there. Navy +28 blew my mind when I saw that. So I'm taking that all day long. I'm actually interested. I'm very interested. You do your games. I'm going to tell you what the public's betting.
You're going to piss me off now.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't know what just happened to my bookie. I just went from having to bet BYU +11.5 to +13.5. Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, the lines are moving.
No, what just happened? But thank you, and bless me. Go Mormons. But yeah, Texas Tech first in scoring offense and defense in the Big 12. BYU's third in both as well. So they're right behind them. Bear Bachmeier's a gamer, has talent. I'm sorry I didn't know your game before last week, sir. BYU run game will give Texas Tech's run defense their biggest test yet. I'm now getting 13.5. Yes, thank you, my bookie. All right. This one's gonna like what are we doing here? Duke UConn.
Okay.
Like,
I
what
almost
the heck is going on?
I actually looked at that game. Go ahead.
What time is that game again? Like, I'm trying to add to the parlay just so I can do this real quick. I think it's 3.
I think it's a late game, isn't it? Or maybe afternoon at least. Oh, it's 3:30.
Here it is. I see it. So I'm going to give you some quarterback stats here. You like those, Gamble Guy?
Let's do it.
UConn quarterback Joe Fagno. Sorry.
Okay.
22 touchdowns. How many picks do you think he has for the UConn quarterback?
0.
Correct. He's also 7th in the FBS in passing yards. Duke quarterback Darian Mensah. He's got 21 touchdowns, 2 picks. 6th in passing yards. You know what that smells like to me? Over 63.5. Unbelievable. Easy money. Okay, go ahead.
Duke had a combined 91 last week against Clemson, so
Even better.
Yeah.
Better.
And
All right,
UConn's
good.
putting up some points, man. 51-10 over
Bears,
Florida International.
I've watched UConn since they were terrible like 4 years ago. I'm loving this right now.
Yeah, they're 6-3.
Yeah, give me a shootout. Give me like if it goes to overtime, we're so back, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Jaguars. I hate you. We can never win in Jacksonville. Good thing you guys are playing the Texans. I think Jaguars money line because minus 118 for the money line. The Texans have no CJ Stroud. I get it. The Texans have a good defense. If Trevor Lawrence is any of the hype train that he once was, I think Jaguars find a way, much like they did against the Raiders, to just win this game somehow, some way. Jaguars. Ravens, Vikings. Listen, God bless JJ McCarthy. He's a fraud. He's also a very weird individual. So with that being said, Lamar Jackson's back. The defense held the Dolphins suddenly to 9 points last week. Jaguars minus 3.5. Had to do a little bit alternate line there. It's at 4, but for the sake of not being screwed, we're doing minus 3.5, which is minus 122. And finale, Bears Giants. Listen, I didn't know what to believe about this Bears team, but you're telling me 4.5 against the Giants? Sure. Caleb Williams has looked really good in this offense. And I think Giants are meh. They're going to get worse as Cam Scatterboo's injury wears on that offense. Smells like a 5-0 week, man.
Woo.
That smells really good.
Well, if you're going to make these picks and not be confident, it would be odd. Yeah, so my bookie finally caught up. It was $61.20 you'd win on my 3-team parlay.
My parlay is at 21.48, by the way.
Nice.
5.
Okay.
It's 5. It's a lot.
Plus 21.48.
Do a 3 and a 2. I wouldn't advise a 5-leg.
Right. Okay. Just for perspective, 93% of the dollars spent on Navy Notre Dame is towards Navy getting 28, which, by the way, we're getting a bargain on my bookie for you people listening. The lines work down to 24.5 on a lot of sites. In fact, I could tell you what sites, because my bookie, well, BetMGM's got plus 28 still, but like places like FanDuel and DraftKings has worked that down. I think they've realized with all this money, they've made an error in that line.
Speaking of DraftKings, have you heard the news about ESPN?
Yeah, Cutting Pen Entertainment.
Yeah, so they're getting rid of ESPN Bet and now DraftKings. I'm like, what a switch!
Yeah.
ESPN sucks at making decisions, but we knew that.
They're terrible. And I wonder how much of this has to do with the NBA and all that. So
come on.
This
guy.
It just happens that they cut ties with their major betting source after the NBA starting to get caught. Come on. ESPN, they want to wash their hands of any controversy. So
crap.
Yeah. We have a couple minutes if you want some public betting information on any of your games.
I like that. I just want to make a quick message before we do go.
Okay.
If you have mental health struggles, I'm not going to go crazy about this, but please talk to somebody about it. It's okay to be sad, and it's not okay to isolate and let that stuff linger. I know you do the Jeff Beck Wellness, or your twin does the Jeff Beck Wellness.
No, it's not my twin. We can be honest. I play a character here for gambling. I'm making fun of the crazy gambling guys that want to pay them money every month to give you their picks. In real life, I'm a counselor, and men are told to bottle that stuff up, and you know what happens? An NFL player ends up killing himself because he has nobody to talk to.
And for the record, I've done more research on what happened. His situation, obviously killing yourself is a terrible mental health thing. He also apparently made some bad decisions that night before that point. But again, if you made a bad decision, that should not be your last.
Right.
That should not be what you want to do, anyways.
I've yet to meet a human that doesn't make bad decisions. So.
Correct. So please, I don't care who you go to. Talk to a friend or a professional. Hopefully, it's professional if you need it. But talk to a friend. Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to. Don't bottle it up. So.
Yeah, if you have a best friend, your best friend wants to, and to me deserves to know if you're doing okay or not, in my opinion.
Yeah. And it's good to talk about it anyway. Again, the old school way is men got to bottle that up. It's not manly. It is manly. It's manly to show Hey, women tell me all the time it's pretty manly to share your thoughts. So
It's also not politically correct what we're saying. Like, it doesn't matter about politics. If you're not okay, tell somebody. I don't care who.
Right.
Tell your mom. I don't care who you tell.
exactly. That's a good way to close it. Words of encouragement.
I thought I'd add that. But that being said, enjoy your football this weekend. Stay safe, and we don't get paid, but gamble responsibly. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.